control in Standard. You got Ross Merriam on Mono Red Aggro in Pioneer against Peter Ingram playing that Dimir Inverter deck that Patrick and I are not all that impressed with. And then Chris Marshall against Eli Kassis. That's Heliod Company against Dimir Wurza. And away we go with an Inquisition of Kozilek. So, let's get a good look at this hand. We've got a Forest and a Horizon Canopy as lands, Birds of Paradise, Kitchen Finks, Giver of Runes, Heliod, Suncrown, and a Ranger Captain. I want to make sure I get that right. It's tricky sometimes. Where is that deck list? Chris Marshall. Ranger Captain of Eos. I had it right.
You had it.
I had it. I remember the Night Captain of Eos. That's the 5-mana version.
Mm-hmm.
Birds of Paradise, head to the graveyard. Well, easy does it.
Yeah.
Take my Mana Accelerant. Yeah. I'll just draw one.
Big draw step.
Duh.
Not bad. Marshall with a little rolling of the sleeves there.
It's time to get the hands dirty. Arkham's Astrolabe. Draw a card. There's a Thoughtseize. See what else Kassis wants to take out of this hand. Inquisition took that Birds of Paradise earlier. Horizon Canopy, Kitchen Finks. Heliod, Suncrown from Theros, Beyond Death. Ranger Captain of Eos, and Giver of Runes. So a couple of Modern Masters All-Stars, too. All right. See you later, Ranger Captain. All right. Back over to Marshall, who will play that Horizon Canopy that we all knew about. He'll take one to deploy the Heliod. And there is Heliod Suncrowned. 3-mana 5/5, indestructible, like all the gods are. As long as your devotion to white is less than 5, Heliod is not a creature. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or enchantment you control, and you can grant another target creature lifelink for the small cost of a colorless and a white mana, as Eli Kassis is going to sacrifice a Polluted Delta.
So the combo is that you give a Walking Ballista lifelink, and then you sacrifice a sacrifice a counter to deal damage that causes the +1/+1 counter to trigger, and you can do that infinite times.
May I borrow this Noble Hierarch? Thank you very much. Archmage's Charm is going to take that. So now we're heading back over to Marshall. He's going to need to draw a land here to be able to play another 3-mana spell. He wanted to take a moment and get Heliod onto the battlefield. Now, another thing you can do here is this combination with Spike Feeder's Infinite Life.
Yes.
So that's fun. He could gain Infinite Life right now.
If he's got the feeder.
If he's got the feeder. Bang, 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 bang. However, either Kassis is playing a deck that can generate infinite 1/1 Thopter tokens, so Infinite Life is not going to get the job done.
No good here.
There you go. There's Kitchen Finks. Thinking beatdowns, Your good buddy, K. Finks.
Yeah. Increasing that devotion count, too.
So you get it.
Yeah.
I knew you'd figure it out.
A lot of synergies here.
That's right. Archmage's Charm is going to go back on top of the deck. Marshall wants to take a look at that, and we can too. Archmage's Charm, a lot going on with that particular card. Counter spell, draw a couple of cards, and sometimes take Noble Hierarch if you feel like it. Might be time for an Urza, perhaps. It is.
So Kassis' position gets extremely strong if he makes it out of this turn. From that point, he has a hard counterspell and just a major presence on the battlefield.
Kassis is going to draw a card. He's going to pick up that copy of Archmage's Charm.
He's actually already rolled up here because now the Urza turns everything into Mock Sapphires, and so he has his 3 blue mana.
He does. The Construct is 1, the Astrolabe is 2, and the Nile Spellbomb is 3 to be able to cast an Archmage's Charm. Shout out to Mystic Sanctuary for helping along with that. This is a Noble Hierarch. That is a giver of runes. And we'll pass the turn back. Gonna tap some mana here. And I think he's going to use Archmage's Charm just to draw 2 cards, which is why that card's so powerful. It's that flexibility.
It was able to freeze Marshall from playing anything good that turn, and you can just cash it in for 2 cards and move on.
Well, there's another Mystic Sanctuary off of fetch land. That one's pretty. It's
the combination of the opportunity cost
Yeah.
and its flexibility and power makes it quite strong.
Hey, play design guy,
Thank you.
you better fix that. Well,
What
I
you
guess you
want me-
can't.
what you want me- what you want
I
me to
guess
fix?
you can't fix it.
What you want me?
Now.
What are you suggesting I do?
I don't
here?
want any more Mystic Sanctuaries coming out of the pipeline here.
You got to narrow down what you mean by a Mystic Sanctuary.
That type of card.
Type is still vague.
Look, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like I'm trying to say something.
No, I mean, you are trying.
I'm gonna. I get to start blaming you for things. Oh, War of Invention. Not the best reveal. Let's see. All right. Richter's Bobble.
Yeah, it's sick.
I've seen worse.
Every Urza activation, you just get a 20% off coupon on your next Urza activation.
I've seen worse.
Just like, no, it's a cycling artifact. Yes, it's that every single time.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised Kevin Jones doesn't play this deck so much. It's just moving.
Oh yeah, the parts.
So much material around.
Parts are moving.
Yeah.
I'm worried it's too much. Kevin probably. It's probably too much to keep track of.
Oh sure, a little brain overload.
Yeah, just
Okay.
too many triggers.
I mean, heavens knows I ain't doing it. You kidding me?
You got to keep them in discrete. A ponder, a preordained.
Yeah.
Not there's these.
It's contained.
Ambiguous.
It's contained to itself.
Right.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I don't know about kitchen things, yo.
It does a little bit of everything, man. We already went over it. Double white.
This guy.
Double white. Now, hey, we're one piece away from going absolutely nutso here with Infinite Life again. There's Anafenza, Kin Tree Spirit. We're thinking maybe a little Viscera Seer action as Ross Merriam wins game number 1 over Peter Ingram in Pioneer. Corey Baumeister won game number 1 over Jake Mondello in Standard. And we're bringing you Modern. I think you don't like Kitchen Finks for a lot of reasons. It's got nothing to do with this deck.
I just don't know.
I think it may have given you more L's than any other card in your career.
I'd be surprised if that was true. I mean, it'd be in the top 10.
There it is. There's the oof.
We're just one piece away to assemble a combo, which is not good enough.
We'll see about that. We'll see.
Hang tight.
Let's spin the Urza wheel. Kassis, we can't forget a former
Coupon coming.
A former
Yep, another
there it is.
coupon.
Yep. A former invitational champion here on the SCG Tour. Top 8'd. Mythic Championship that was here last year. He's a player. Formerly, originally we found out about him through his legacy play.
Yes.
Turns out he can play all the formats very well.
Yeah, I don't know about that whole notion of, format specialist.
Yeah, not for him.
I think Magic's just Magic.
I think Magic specialist.
Yeah.
Is what he may be.
Generalist.
Yeah. That is a Field of Ruin. And Kassis will pass the turn back over to Marshall. And he'll draw a card.
Did Kassis remember his bobble trigger?
That's a great question. I see the die there.
Yeah.
But I think he may have forgotten. You think it would happen more often?
I think it happens in the tables we're not watching a lot.
That may be true.
You know who's not a surgeon with their bobble triggers?
Who's that?
Our dear friend Chad Castell.
Oh, boy. Way to bring him back onto the booth. Uh-oh, Kassis. Here we go. Here we go. Now, here's the conversation I've been waiting for.
Can't wait. He didn't announce his draw step. We're allowed to back up here.
Marshall drew his card and waited a long time, is what I would say.
So now we sit here and wait.
I'm telling you, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more, because I would forget all the time. I would have what Ben Friedman made. Ben Friedman made a big sheet of paper that he used to put on top of his deck to remember he was playing Death Shadow. I would do something like that in order for me to remember. Back in my Sprier days, I wouldn't forget, but nowadays I'm old. I turn 34 next month.
I'm a steel trap with my triggers.
I was.
Because you know, now at this point I have the space in my brain to either keep track of my triggers or play a sharp game. Not both.
Sure. It'd be asking too much for you to do
pick
both.
One or the other.
I understand.
The failing with the triggers is actually more embarrassing.
Well, you know what we're going to do?
What's up?
I think well, you know what? Let's sell some people some stuff.
Talk to me.
You ready?
Yeah.
How's SCG Premium sound, bud?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We want to get out the satchel? We'll start here. We'll start with Sheldon, Jerry, Emma, and PVDDR, who top-aided PT Brussels because, of course, he did.
Yeah, it's like 18th or whatever.
Yeah.
Get all that content and much more by becoming a member of SCG Games Premium.
Oh! Yeah. Hello!
Yep.
Get a good look at him.
They also did this.
Sure
may I ask?
Yeah.
Who was responsible for the background art? Why am I at the bottom of an aquarium?
You're not at the bottom. That's a satchel card. There's a satchel in Magic. I can't think of the name of the card right now, but that's a literal satchel back there.
Where?
There's a bag behind the graphic.
Oh, it's just obstructed by
your gigantic head.
By my just enormous dome.
Yeah. It's a literal satchel.
If you got any questions for me, and I know that all of you do because you send them to me unsolicited all the time, you can now direct those questions to mailbag@starcitygames.com, and perhaps I will answer your question in this column that's been going on for a little over a month now.
That's been a great column.
Great column.
Been a great column. There you go. Other stuff.
Yeah.
This is your highlight right here.
Hey, bums, listen up. $7.99 per month and receive instant access to all the articles by all those columnists we just mentioned and many more. And on top of that, exclusive benefits and discounts on the website, including 5% off sealed products, 10% off singles, and 15% off supplies. That's over at starcitygames.com/join-premium.
There it is. There it is. Now that is how you get people to sign up for premium. Yeah. Proud of you. Proud of you.
Hey, bums.
There you go.
Listen up.
That's us too.
Yep.
I think intern Rob said we're going to standard right now. We got our head judge involved with that bobble trigger. So you know what? We're going to watch Mondello and Baumeister do their thing. Baumeister won game one pretty easy. Now Rimrock Knight going to join the fray after helping bolster a fervent champion with the Boulder Rush.
My kind of card.
I know it is. If they had this
Two good deals.
If they had that card when you would have never lost.
Are you kidding me? You could never give me a card like that. You could have never given me a card like that.
Would have never lost. There's an island. Those creatures dead? Yeah, sweep. Shadow the sky. Goodbye. All right, back to Mondello. It's got a mobilized district out there with Castle Embereth and two beautiful mountains.
Mm-hmm.
For Baumeister, he's played a Devout Decree and a Shadow the Sky, Howled Fountain, 2 islands, and a Plains.
One mobilized district in the sideboard.
Ooh, firing in. Give him a little taste.
More expensive spells and the beatdowns.
That's right. Not a great spot here for Jake Mondello if that's his play on turn 5. I'll tell you that much. Baumeister falling down to a clean 16.
Oh, see, Embercleave in hand.
None look great here.
Card that everyone thinks is busted because they were already losing every time it gets played against them.
Sure.
You don't see this. You don't see these games. We refer to this as the overrun fallacy. You overrate cards that only get cast when they're killing you.
Yes. Life correction here. Corey actually down to 13 after that mobilized district attack. Omen of the Sky. Going to come in, scry 2. Corey gets to draw. Now Temple of Lightning, scry to the bottom. Pass the turn back. I'll tell you what, these blue-white decks, they do not have any difficulty finding what they're looking for with all the scrying that they get to do. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
3 more thanks. And a little Scorched Spitter.
Yep.
Pass the turn back to Corey. That's game. That's it.
Well, you get to Embercleave the big spits.
Yeah. Dream Trawler is absurd. 3/5 flying lifelink. Whenever you draw a card, +1/+1 until end of turn. Whenever Dream Trawler attacks, draw a card. Discard a card. Can't kill it. Thanks. Phoenix of Ash. Okay. Gonna take a lot more than that.
What's in his hand? See one Embercleave. Is there another one?
Probably some other stinky red card. Some card that's not better than Dream Trawler.
Phoenix of Ash, though? That's my language. That card
I feel you.
I'm going to be buying 4 of those.
I feel you. Ah, the Birth of Meletus. Great. Search for a Plains. That card's busted, by the way.
Oh, it's busted.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
completely absurd.
Oh, yeah.
Search for a Plains.
Way ahead, yeah.
Make an 0/4, gain 2 life. Busted.
Busted.
Next up. Oh, Elspeth. Elspeth Conquers Death. Also busted. That's gone. Thanks. Dream Trawler. Haumph. Draw a card.
Yo, show him the Embercleave.
Baneslayer Angel in the house.
Come on. Tune up the band. It's time to go.
Just did. You got to start somewhere. Fervent Champions will plus each other. Scorched Spitting.
Yeah, there's big spits.
And now, bang!
Wow.
Where's it going to go? Okay. Hey, Embercleave's out here. Gonna count up all the damage is what we're going to do. Corey will still not be dead.
Yeah, that amount of damage is closer to 0 than to a number that matters.
Sure.
So we'll get a price check here in a moment.
Let's take a look at Elspeth Conquers Death. Let's see Chapter 2 on that. That's about to happen. Non-creature spells your opponents cast
Not a
cost
chapter.
2 more. Not a chapter. Sometimes a chapter, I guess, but not in this game.
Yeah.
All right, let's draw a card. In just a moment. We got no 4 wall now. Corey's at 5. A little low. Looks like Peter Ingram tied things up against Ross Merriam. Demir Inverter and Mono Red Aggro are going to go to game 3. We're going to be jumping that way in just a moment. We're going to watch this one unfold, in which Corey Baumeister feels as though he is at an advantageous position. But it's not a runaway.
No. No, I mean, you could still slip up from here. But his position is very strong.
You got to like attacking with Dream Trawler, though. Get to draw a card. Looks like he gets to gain 5 life. The follow-up, he's tapping a bunch of mana already. He's going to slow himself down just a little bit. Is number 2 on our SCG Tour Player of the Year leaderboard. It's early in the year, but for this member of Team BCW, he's off to a great start because there's another copy of Elspeth Conquers Death taking care of the Embercleave. Don't forget that Corey does have an 0/4 wall back there as well due to the Birth of Meletus.
That card is so good against aggressive decks.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Assuming you get to play 4 turns, it's a lot. We got either Kassis up a game here against Chris Marshall. Demir Wars up a game over Heliod Company. And now we're going to see exactly how Mondello wants to move forward here. Didn't get a great look at what Jake drew. But it looks like he feels like he might be able to get back into this one. All right, that's not a bad start. Annex. Or Knox, perhaps. Either way. Tomato, tomato. It's a good draw step. Not sure if it's going to be good enough, though.
I had a funny conversation. Someone being like, I think the Annex is really good. And I'm like, you mean the control magic of land? And they're like, no, this is a Zach Allen.
Ether Gust is going to target Fervent Champion. Beatdowns. 0-4 is going to do some blocking, of course. Scorch Bitter is going to get a little ting-ting in. And Corey's going to quickly untap. He'll draw. That'll trigger Dream Trawler. Elspeth will conquer death. So we're going to see Corey return target creature or planeswalker card from his own graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on a loyalty counter on it if he has something to return. Looks like he does not. So he'll just attack and do his thing with Dream Trawler. He also got to gain 2 life from the Birth of Meletus as well. Boy. What is this about to be? Oh, another one. Oh, that's fun. Me, oh my. Glass Casket. I'll target that. Well, Dream Trawler is a crackerjack of a Oh, no! No! Corey, ever the sportsman. Jake, not interested in a handshake.
We've had a lot of really funny handshakes today.
We have.
A lot of pump fakes, a little inside out dribble, a little top and bottom.
You know the sports that are not top 10? We got to start doing that for this. Corey extends. Ah, no, sir. I think it might be because Jake is sick. He's cleaning his hands. He just sanitized his hands. I think that's actually totally fine then. It looked bad.
It's just funny.
It was a tough look in the moment.
If I may, I would like to request us coming up with a best of SCG Live, just bad handshakes. Bad handshakes and bad handshake etiquette.
Happy to do it.
Let's go back in the archives. I can easily.
Oh, yeah, they're talking about it. There we go.
Yeah. The game, who really cares? The handshake, though, they're going to be thinking about that one for a while.
Mm-hmm. Baumeister's team looking to move up to 8-1. He's on the board for his squad. Eli Kassis up a game right now over Chris Marshall. Don't forget, too, this team here, this Baumeister fellow, he top 8 at, he top 4 at SCG Columbus, too. So, no stranger. And you see Ingram and Merriam are just finishing up their mulligans, and they'll be underway here in just a moment. Nope, you're good. Sorry. So if Ingram wins this one, he wins it for the team and the match.
Merriam keeps the team alive here with a win.
We'll see if he's able to do so. Ross giving it a long look over. He's going to ask Jake. What do you think, bud? Hand appears to be good enough to keep, just not sure what card to put to the bottom. All right, Jake's going to help out there. It looks like 2 cards might be going to the bottom here for Ross. All right, it's a Mutavault. Pass it. Over to Ingram, who's just got a fetid pools. We go over to Ross. Oh, yeah. That's it. You guys just want to go to dinner now?
Give him a touch. Oh, the estuary.
Yeah. You really got a problem with that card. Do you like that one? Rabble Master, huh?
I don't have a problem with it. It's just I didn't know times were so tough out there.
They are tough.
People are really struggling.
Oh, almost. Cast Down's going to take care of the Rabble Master before it makes a goblin. That's a swamp. Ingram will pass the turn back. I like firing up Mutavault on 2.
Your draw is what it is.
That's right. It's better than doing nothing on 2. Give him a little tasty poo.
You dialed up both Mutavaults here?
I don't hate it. Rabble Master. Let's try again. Ingram has a response. It's going to be an Omen of the Sea. Scry 2. Thassa's Oracle among those cards. Ross might be reaching for the Goblin token. He's begging to make a Goblin token.
It's looking promising.
Baumeister got killed by Cry the Carnarium along with the Goblin. Poor fella. Is it time for an Eidolon? Yes. We going to Mutavault on in?
Time to tune up the band.
Mutavault's an all-time banger. I'm a big fan of that card.
Yes.
It's really good. Merriam waiting for Ingram to respond in kind. Yeah, let's get a little chit-chat going with Corey B. Opt-in response. All right. Interesting that Ingram's going to do that when he has a Fatal Push in hand. Going to take 2 right now from the Mutavault. But a conscious decision as we head back over to Peter. That's a Swamp. This is a Legion's End. The hand left over is Goblin Heel Cutter and Bomat Courier.
So if you want to Fatal Push the Mutavault because Legion's End can't touch Mutavault, that would be the reason to sequence it the way that Ingram did.
Okay. Goblin Heel Cutter, the old Goblin Berserker that we don't see much of. But it's got dash, and dash is pretty important. 2 in a red. You can play it for its dash cost. If you do it, gains haste, and it comes back into your hand at the end of the turn. A really fun dash design. I like that card a lot.
Yep. Guess what? It's time to go. Time to dash.
There's Bobo. There's Heel Cutter. Going to target Thassa's Oracle. Bomat Courier. Would like to put a card underneath it. And now Ingram is going to consult the squad once again.
So Merriam now basically on empty. Just waiting to be put out. Just going to get... I suspect that Merriam's just going to get beaten to death by this thing, even if the combo doesn't take off.
He's getting inverted right now, that's for sure. Not much deck left there for Peter Ingram. And I suppose this is the upside of the deck, which is that 6/6. Well, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's not it's not bad all the time. You can win plenty of games just by having 5 or 6 cards left and a 6/6 being good enough. Probably comes up mostly against red decks that can't kill a 6/6, but
yeah,
it happens.
It's true.
It's part of it.
We're going back over to Kassis. Excuse me, to Ingram. Pardon me. How's 6 sound? Peter says no. Ruined. Ingram falls down to 8s. Merriam will draw. Now, Merriam does, it appear, have a copy of Stoke the Flames in hand. Might be on the burnout strategy now, as opposed to doing any attacking whatsoever.
I mean, the waiting game here is fairly good for Ingram.
You think so?
I mean, the pressure's on Ross to do something.
Ingram doesn't have many cards left. This is going to be activating the Omen of the Sea to scry 2. He'll keep one on top, one on bottom, and now he gets to draw a card. 3 cards left.
If he gave up an attack last turn, I suspect that his plan here is to try to just set up a combo. He's not really aspiring to beat down.
I think
casting an op now takes it off the table too. He just doesn't have enough cards left in his library.
Well, he does have Jace in hand, the Wielder of Mysteries. So he's setting up the one with that card, and making sure he doesn't get himself killed. He'll just pass the turn back.
So no reason to do anything risky with attacking, and maybe Merriam here will overvalue the enabler for the combo kill here. Use a removal spell on that rather than trying to burn out Ingram, which is good for him because he has a backup piece in that Jace to be able to combo out.
And you see Mondello tagging in. Give Ross a little bit of help here. Are there flames to be stoked? There you do see Thassa's Oracle. Enters the battlefield. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your Devotion of Blue. Put up to one of them on top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. So just a good blocker for now. Does some other positive things. But it's on Jace to get the job done in this game. All right, there stoke the flames. And it's going to go down to 4. All right. Merriam will untap after a lot of conversation with Jake about what to do that turn. There's Hazaret. Pass the turn back, and I think Peter wins with Jace right now. Yes, he does. Mills himself draws a card, and that's going to do it. The team of Kassis, Peter Ingram and Corey Baumeister win this match over Chris